And 31 says 54 1/4%. Find decimal notation. So it looks kind of strange right now. Now 1/4 is a pretty common decimal. What is 1/4 as a decimal? 0.25. So this is really what we're looking at. Now, a lot of times this is where students think that they're done because they're like, the directions say find decimal notation. Oh, well, I've got a decimal, 54.25%. It's in decimal form. They don't want this. This is still in percent. All we've done is we've just changed the way it looks a little bit, but it's still a percent. They want it in decimal form, not percent form. So that means move your decimal point 2 places, and that's going to give you 0.5425. That's decimal notation. 0.5425. The other way to think of this is you can consider it to be like 54 1/4 over 100, because remember, percent is always over 100. So if you want to get rid of your percent sign, you could always write it like this as a fraction, but then guess what you have to do? 54 1/4 divided by 100. Guess what you get? 0.5425. Whenever you're multiplying or dividing by a power of 10, it really just moves your decimal point. So 33, when it says find percent notation, so it's going the other direction. We have of checking it. Not really.
So then 32 would be 0.5825.
I like to convert it like the 1/4. Go ahead and change that fraction part to a decimal, and then just move my decimal point after that. Now 33 is working backwards. So if you're starting with a decimal and you want to go to a percent, then I would move my decimal point 2 places to the right. And that's going to give me 94.3%. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. Again, we can kind of do what I was talking about a minute ago. 37.5 over 100. And then we can divide. I like to, and there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can convert to a decimal and then convert to a percent. Or I'm sorry, then convert to a fraction if you read it the way it's supposed to be read. So if I back this up a little bit, we know that 37.5% is the same thing as 0.375, just by moving our decimal point. But if we want fraction notation, we need 375, and if you read it the way it's supposed to be read, we've got tens, hundreds, thousands. We really have 375 over 1,000. Well, that's fraction notation. It's just not reduced, but it's fraction notation. So I could definitely divide them both by 5. There's probably a bigger number that goes into 375 and 1,000. But if you don't recognize it, and because you don't get to use calculators on this, you might just take it 5 at a time. Can you think of another number that might be bigger than 5 that goes into both of those? 50 will definitely go into 1,000, but I don't think it won't go into 375. But if you try 25. Yeah, 25 will definitely go into like a 75 there on the end. And so let's start there. Maybe let's just try to reduce it by 25. Or Do you want me to show you how you could do this with factor trees? Oh, but they can make life so much easier if you know how to work with them. Or we could do it this way. Let's just do the 25s. So we need to divide both of them by 25 to see what that's going to get us. So 375 divided by 25 definitely goes in one time. That leaves me 2, bring down the 5. Oh, okay. So 11 times? Is it really? Did I do that right? It almost seems too easy. 2, 5. I think I did it right. Okay, so let's try. I don't think I did. Somebody else check my work. It's looking funky to me for some reason.
You're right.
Oh, no, it's 15.
No, you're not right.
I'm not right. I'm like, something's not looking right to me. I just got to find out.
7 minus 5 is 3 minus 2.
Where did I go wrong?
You didn't do the 1, did you? Did you do the 1? 3 minus 2?
See here, 1 times, so it's 25.
7 minus
Subtract 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down the 5.
But you're taking 25 into 125, right?
I didn't bring down that one. That's where I'm like, that's why I didn't bring the 1 down. Okay, I'm like, where am I going wrong? Okay, so 125. There we go. So that goes in 15 times. And let's see here, then I have to divide 1,000 by 25. Won't go into 10, it will go into 104 times. Uh-oh, now what? Just tack on that, right? You could also think of, I don't know if you guys know, but how many quarters are in $10? 40 quarters. I only know that because my washing machine broke and I had to go to the laundromat and I had to get lots of quarters. That's how I know that.
That is fun.
15 over
Okay, so I have 15 over 40. So is that completely reduced? No. Because what still goes into 15 and 40?
5.
5 does. But I think we're definitely closer. So 5 goes into 15 3 times and it goes into 40 8 times, so 3/8. So 3/8 is the same thing as 37.5%. It's the same thing as 0.375. 37. Find the perimeter. Perimeter means just add them all the sides together. I'm sure glad they gave us a perimeter one and not like a circle where we had pi. Because I definitely want to use my calculator on something like that. So yeah, this, we just have to add up all 4 sides. And you can actually add them up in any order that you want. It doesn't matter. So that would be, what, 14? That's 24, 25. Looks like 25.4 meters. Hopefully we did that one right. Let me double check the answer. Yeah, we did.